Today we'll be using a 7-foot Predator pool table to demonstrate the basics of pool. And here we can see we have 6 pockets, and the dimensions on the table are 39 inches to 78 inches. So let's get into this. Let's do it. The game of pool is played with 15 balls and a cue ball. That is called 8 ball. And there is also 10 ball, which is played with 10 balls and a cue ball. And also 9 ball, which is very popular. Play with 9 balls and a cue ball. But first, we need a pool stick, so let's do that. The game of pool, also known as billiards, is played with a cue ball, balls, and a pool stick. This is a personal pool stick. It is a 2-piece put together. It becomes 1. And if you don't have your own, then you can always pick up a house cue. Let's do that first. When picking out a house pool cue, you want to put it flat on the table, and you want to make sure that it's straight. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to roll it to make sure that the pool cue is straight, it has no wobble, and as long as it's straight, it's good to go and you're good to play. Before we start playing, make sure that your tip is not naked and you chalk it up nicely. You want to rotate it smoothly like this, getting all the edges. You definitely don't want to grind like this. You want to rotate in a nice position like so until the tip is fully covered. And just like that, we are ready to play. So let's talk about how to hold the pool cue. Right in the center is basically about the right position, but up front, way too much. And in the center is a good balance point where the linen wrap or the leather wrap meet. But here in the far back is a little too much. Right here is a pretty good spot. You want to have your position arm in a 90-degree angle, like kind of like a pendulum, and just follow through just like so. So now that we know how to hold the pool cue, let's talk about stance and shooting. This is a little too close. So what you want to do is you want to take a step back and you want to rotate your foot in the position that you want to shoot. And when you are ready, you want to maintain your position and keep your arm at a 90-degree angle, follow through, and there you have it. This right here is called an open birch position where the pull cue rests in between your finger and your thumb. With your thumb, you can adjust the height and position of your shot and you shoot. Just like that, you are good to go. This right here is called the closed bridge position where you wrap your finger and thumb kind of like holding a pencil around the shaft. Gives for a great grip if you need a close shot. The main objective of the game is to pot a ball into the pocket, but if you pop up like this, you have a chance of missing. This is wrong. Let's do it again. The proper way to pot a ball is to pre-stroke, stay down on your shot, follow through, and just like so, that is correct. In this section of the review, we're going to be talking about how the cue ball moves. And let's get into this. Here we are centered on the cue ball. If you move it to the right, the object ball will move to the left. If you move it from center to the left, the object ball will move to the right. And going back to the center, going down, if you strike it down, the cue ball follows forward, and then it will draw back, also known as a backspin. And going back to the center here, if you go up, then the cue ball will follow with the object ball, causing the cue ball to follow. So let's demonstrate. Let me show you. Aiming center and slightly to the right, striking the cue ball moves the object ball to the left. That is called English. Aiming center on the cue ball and slightly to the left with a pre-stroke, striking the cue ball, it moves the object ball to the right. Aiming center on the cue ball, slightly down, pull back, strike the cue ball, and it rolls back. Backspin. Aiming center on the cue ball and moving slightly up, striking the cue ball, makes the cue ball follow forward as well as the object ball. So in today's review, we're going to be doing 9 ball, but first we are going to be talking about the break line. The break line is where you can break from. You can break from any position from the corner to the back to the sides, anywhere that you want to place the cue ball as long as you don't go past the break line. And this area is also famously known as the kitchen. And so here you can place the cue ball anywhere you want to. We're going to place it kind of in the center, but first make sure that your tip is chalked up nicely before you break. That way you do not miss cue. You want to rotate nicely to get a nice full coverage of the tip. So when you're breaking, you get a solid, good break. Let's get it positioned right here and let's talk about the break. Let's talk about the break. You want a wide stance when you're breaking because you want nice speed and force. If you're too close, you're not going to have the power that you want when breaking. So you want to take a nice step back, slide your hand down, and about a quarter to half an inch from the end, nice firm grip, and position a nice pre-stroke, and you can hit and strike the cue ball to your preference, whether it's open bridge or closed bridge. But first, let's talk about the follow-through line. So the follow-through line, when we break here, you can see that when you follow through your break, you get a really nice solid break. Check that out. Here we are playing a game of 9 ball. 9 ball, you have to go in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But in the case, like here we have the 9 ball, in the case that you have a combo shot where the object ball is connected to the 9, if you pocket the 9 with the object ball, you win. So here we're going to start with the 1 and we're going to strike the 1, and if you after a shot like this are left with a position like this, let's talk about. So when you have a position like this, the objective is to hit the 1 ball first as we are going in order. But if you hit the wrong ball, that is called a foul shot. No good, no good. And that will give your opponent what is called ball in hand. And you can put it anywhere on the table and you have ball in hand. So moving over here, putting the cue ball where I desire, I'm going to make a combo shot here and connect the 2 to the 3, connecting, making the 3 ball. So after potting all the balls on the table, you're left with the 9 ball. You do not have to call the 9 ball. It can go to any pocket. As long as it goes into a pocket, you will win. Here we're going to pot the 9 ball for the win. And guys, thanks for watching How to Play Pool. Remember, like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.